Coming up next on BG24 News.
Some BGSU students are aggravated about construction at the Student Recreation Center. Hear the school's response to that frustration.
And it's been a month since BGSU students left home, and now their homes are coming to them. Find out what events are planned for Family Weekend.
Plus, a local man is admitting to killing his own son. We have more on what sentence he could be facing. Welcome to Your Campus and Community Connection.
Wood County's live local news starts right now. This is BG24 News, live at 5:30.
Hello everyone, thank you for joining us this evening. I'm Danielle Griffith.
And I'm Gary Galbraith. A Bowling Green man pleaded guilty to killing his own son yesterday.
Brian Steinmiller shook his 3-month-old son Carter to death back in 2012. Steinmiller is being convicted of 1 count of involuntary manslaughter and 2 counts of child endangerment. The prosecutor's office is recommending a 10-year sentence for him. The mother and wife, Rebecca Steinmiller, is also facing child endangerment charges in this case. She will be scheduled in court late October.
The Student Rec Center looks a bit different than usual. Reporter Alexis Cook explains the construction.
For 5 months, construction crews have been breaking ground on the new recreation center. That construction leaves about half of the building open, meaning there is less room and less equipment than usual. Students like John Hanna are noticing the lack of space.
Just kind of really busy all the time, so there's always not that much free room to do things, and it's always kind of packed.
Assistant Director David Hollinger says they are trying to use all the space they can.
The weights, equipment, basketball courts, the pool is available, group exercise classes. Again, we've really made every effort to try to maintain as many services as we could.
Another way of letting students be in touch with the rec center is with their new mobile app. That will let students know if the rec is busy. Some students don't think that's enough. According to the bursar's office, general fees give full-time students access to the recreation center. Some students say they are not getting those benefits. Hollinger says it depends on who you ask.
I still firmly believe that there's enough to do here, and we've kept enough available to get good value for tuition dollars that contribute to the rec center.
Though the construction is a pain, most will say it is worth it.
I think this is going to be a state-of-the-art facility, which is greatly going to improve our recruitment and retention for the university. So I think the short-term inconveniences will be for a long-term gain.
The Recreation Center will be fully operational in August 2014. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Alexis Cook.
Services like the Cooper swimming pool, the pro shop, and all outside activities will remain open throughout construction. Once the full building reopens in 2014, services like racquetball courts, the elevated track, and the exercise rooms will be available.
It's time for Family Weekend again. There will be various events for students and their families. WTOL's Chris Patterson will host the Stroh Show on Saturday at 1:30. The show will feature various bands, and the football game against Murray State is set for Saturday at 3:30. A full schedule can be found on BGSU's website. Follow us all weekend at BG24 News on Twitter for updates on all events.
BGSU has been in the process of switching from the online learning system Blackboard to Canvas. The change saves the university $75,000 than if they choose to update Blackboard. While the change should provide a better learning process, some at BGSU are having difficulties. Reporter Brooke Eversole explains the switch.
BGSU is requiring all classes to be switched to Canvas before spring semester, but not all professors are having an easy transition. Some professors are trying to learn it on a trial and error basis.
As I learn more, it's getting easier, and I think in the long run, I feel like it's running smoother. It's just a learning process.
One of the biggest issues of Canvas was on August 25th, the day before classes were due to start, when the entire system crashed down. The hosting site Amazon.com made an update to their network, causing not only BG to lose Canvas, but other campuses to lose it as well.
Sometimes that happens. The timing of it was obviously difficult. But we worked together to get it back up.
When students were surveyed after a test trial of Canvas, 79% of them said they liked the program. 75% of faculty said the same.
And the decision at that point was to go ahead with the implementation.
Implementation of Canvas at Bowling Green started in June 2012 and will conclude in December of this year. Even those who have relied on Blackboard in the past are starting to embrace the change because Canvas is the direction the university is going. For BG24 News, I'm Brooke Eversole.
All professors will be forced to switch to Canvas by the end of December. 39 of them still solely uses Blackboard.
Coming up next on BG24 News.
Learn about the innovator behind BG Delivered next.
Dining Service has completely revamped the dining halls on campus these past 2 years. They've introduced 2 all-you-can-eat halls, Caroline and the Oaks. While they aren't doing anything drastic this year, they're still making changes. Reporter Alana Nussel says they're using feedback from students.
New nutrition kiosks are featured in the Oaks and Caroline this year. They give students the opportunity to check out nutrition facts and calorie counts before grabbing a bite.
It makes looking for things for a special diet a lot easier. And, again, we use it across the board so that way, no matter where you go, you can look for those symbols.
These symbols include vegan, vegetarian, and gluten-free items. Students have noticed their efforts.
I'm really satisfied just because when I went to visit my brother at his college campus, they have high school lunches, so it was not good at all. So I have to say everything here is top notch compared to that.
There's also a dining hall app for smartphones that allows students to check out hours and locations of all the dining halls, plus the menus.
My friend actually, she looks it up every day, so we always go to her room and pick which one we want to go to before we go to see what they're having.
Dining Services is listening. Constant improvements and new features are a result of conducting feedback surveys every semester. Their scores are constantly going up.
So it's been really nice to see that our efforts are being recognized by the students, and again, we're answering the things that they've asked for. So I believe that the students and the faculty and staff are realizing that.
It's not just students enjoying the cuisine on campus.
We have some of the community who actually dine in the all-you-can-eat facilities as well. So they come in on Sundays for brunch and things like that. So we've been able to reach out even beyond the campus community, but into the BG community.
Dining Services will continue to look at feedback every semester. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Alana Nussel.
And to learn more about the dining options, check out dineoncampus.com/BGSU.
Police has identified those killed and injured in the Perrysburg house explosion Tuesday morning. It happened on Stony Ridge Road. Andrew Schultz and his mother, Jan Richards, did not survive the blast. The injured that were taken to St. Mercer Hospital included Schultz, Nicholas, Desiree Goyner, and James Richards. Richards and Goyner were released Tuesday while Schultz remains in critical condition. The cause of the explosion is still unclear, but the Troy Township Fire Station is looking into a possible leaking propane tank.
Get anything when and where you want it. That's the BGSU student's philosophy behind his business, BG Delivered. Reporter Madeline Fitting says that the delivery service has been very successful.
A new delivery business in Bowling Green will bring you just about anything you could ask for. BG Delivered operates as a delivery service for any business that makes a product but does not deliver, meaning you can order McDonald's, CDs, and even wallpaper.
We'll pretty much run any errand for you, but we specialize in food and groceries. To anyone on campus or around town, just wherever you're at, if you don't have a car, we'll pick anything up and deliver it to you.
The service is not only geared towards university students, but owned and operated by one. Cody Peacock started BG Delivered as a senior studying economics.
I always knew that I wanted to start my own business. I realized I needed a job, and I've been thinking about this project for a while, and I worked at McDonald's for a few years, and I really didn't want to do that again. So just started working on it and started doing that, and that's where we're at now. Yeah.
You can call BG Delivered or order online from places such as Taco Bell, Panera Bread, and Lola's Frozen Yogurt. Even sit-down style restaurants like Easy Street Cafe and A Taste of Amish encourage the business to deliver their food. But not every food establishment in town wishes to take part in BG Delivered. Chipotle is the only business in town that won't allow BG Delivered to deliver their food. Chipotle representatives say it's to preserve the quality of their product, but some students believe Chipotle should allow it.
I love Chipotle and it would be way more convenient than walking there. I don't have a car, so it would be really nice.
Despite the Chipotle setback, Cody is excited that he is able to run a successful business before reaching graduation.
I'm very excited that people like me are able to do this, and I really hope that more people stand up and do this, and I hope this can be an example for people follow your dreams, because it is possible.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Madeline Fenning.
To learn more about the company, check out the link on our Facebook page.
BGSU promoted international studies at its annual Study Abroad Fair yesterday. The event was held in the Bowen Thompson Student Union. Students had the opportunity to learn about studying abroad. Organizers say studying abroad is essential to the university experience.
Every student can benefit from having this type of experience, and it will certainly make them a lot more competitive and give them the skills that they're going to need to be successful when they graduate.
Students also could win airplane tickets to travel abroad. Coming up next, we'll get a look at your Black Swamp weather forecast.
Stay with us.
Now, Wood County's live local forecast with BG24 Black Swamp weather.
Good evening, Wood County. Lacey Hagan here with a look at your local Black Swamp forecast. If you do take a look outside, you can tell it is a little cloudy, and that has been increasing. We are not going to rule out the chance for some showers, and we have a temperature of about 81 degrees, and it does feel like 83 with that humidity in the atmosphere. We have a little bit of a breeze coming out of the south at about 10 miles per hour. As we go into tonight, we will drop down to 66 degrees. We have a cold front coming through. It's going to bring in some showers and storms, nothing severe, just a few showers, a little spotty, and we actually do have a full moon tonight, so if you get out, I guess you can see that. For tomorrow's forecast, we will reach up to 83 degrees. This can bring the possibility for some severe thunderstorms, but I think it'll be mostly just showers and thunderstorms. Our wind will be coming out of the southwest at 13 miles per hour. Our sunrise will be at about 7:21 a.m. And for tomorrow night's forecast, we will drop down to about 58 degrees, still lingering thunderstorms, and not much of a breeze, 9 miles per hour, so it doesn't look like we're going to be getting anything severe. And as we take a look out at our national radar, we do have all this rain off to the west of us, a little bit here in the Ohio area. We are going to be seeing some of that this evening, still a little bit more time until it makes its way over to Bowling Green. For our regional radar, you do have some spotty showers here right now. Those will be continuing throughout the evening. As you can see, we do have a lot of precipitation off to the west. And now we will look out at our temperatures, and we have Bowling Green at about 81. As you can see over here where the rain has hit, the temperatures have dropped, and it'll cool off a little bit for tonight. Still getting up kind of humid tomorrow though. And now for our 5-day forecast. Friday, we will get up to 83 degrees. We have those thunderstorms hanging around. Saturday, we'll just switch over to rain, unfortunately, for family weekend and that football game. But if you bring that umbrella, it'll feel pretty good. Only up to 70 degrees, and we will continue that trend over the weekend as we get down into the 60s and a high of 71 on Monday. So it looks like that'll be pretty nice weather for family weekend. Maybe you can get lucky and dodge the showers. That's still pretty nice weather.
It should be.
Yeah.
Thanks, Lacey. Developing Now, Ohio's Transportation Department says that the ramp northbound of I-75 to I-45 is now open. It was closed yesterday after a trailer truck rolled over on the ramp. Crews yesterday removed more than 100,000 pounds of machinery to the scene of the accident. Repairs crews also repaired over 200 feet of the guardrail and fixed the pavement and shoulder.
Millions of people in Ohio have fallen below the poverty line. According to the Census Bureau, Ohio's poverty rate was 16.3% in 2012. Only 6 other states have more residents in poverty. Cincinnati, Cleveland, and Lucas County are just some of the places most affected in the state. The average Ohio household income in 2012 was around $47,000. That's an 11% drop over the past dozen years.
Coming up next,
we've got the inspiring story of a BGSU student who overcame crazy odds.
Plus, BG24 Sports. Stay with us.
It's unfalcon believable coverage that you won't get anywhere else. This is BG24 Sports.
Welcome to BG24 Sports. I'm Katie Warnke. BG Volleyball hosted Youngstown State on Tuesday. The Falcons put on a show, dominating the Penguins by winning in 3 straight sets. Lindsay Butterfield put the team on her back, posting 7 kills in the first set alone. That puts the Falcons at 2-7 on the season. BG hopes to put some more W's on the board as they travel to the Louisville Invitational to take on Rice and Virginia Tech this weekend. Men's soccer hit the road last night to take on Michigan State. An impressive 4-1 Spartan team attacked late in the first half to put the Falcons down 1-0. BG defense stepped up after that score, registering many stops, including 7 by Michael Wiest. The Falcons couldn't sink any into the net as Michigan State took home the 1-0 shutout victory. BG falls to 1-3-2 and hits the road on Sunday to Akron for some MAC action. And we have a weekend packed full of Falcons sports. Women's tennis hit the courts here at BG. You can catch them Friday and Saturday starting at 9 a.m. And then you can take your family out to the Deutsch Saturday as the Falcons take on Murray State in football. Game starts at 3:30. Take in some women's soccer on Sunday. BG hosts Evansville at 1 p.m. Tune in next week for the results of those games and more. Now, there is a big debate going on right now in college athletics. Is it time to pay college athletes? Reporter Dominique Hicks has the story.
A recent Time magazine article featuring Texas A&M football star Johnny Manziel has many college football fans asking if college athletes should be paid. BGSU Athletics Director Chris Kingston says this is a very controversial issue.
You could certainly make an argument for it. Some folks would make an argument that athletes do get paid, scholarship, and especially in football and men's basketball.
Time magazine looks at how much some universities make off jerseys and game day ticket sales. Avery Turner says there should be a set amount across the board that all student athletes are paid.
It really depends on how much, because I don't feel a college athlete should be paid too much money to the point where they make a college athlete seem like that is their career, but they should make enough for them to be comfortable without having to resort to other things.
So what exactly does that mean for BGSU student athletes? Kingston says a formula would have to be created to figure out how much BGSU athletes would be paid.
Bowling Green Athletics, we have about a $22 million budget. And if you take a school like a Tennessee, they have a $110 million budget. So perhaps there's more capacity to do that. And I think you'd have to have a sliding scale based on the revenues.
I talked with several BGSU student athletes who tell me they think they should be paid. However, we don't know exactly if that payday will come. Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Dominique Hicks.
And back to Gary at the desk.
A BGSU student is back in the classroom this semester after he took a year off to recover from a serious neck injury. Reporter Hannah Hilliard has more on BG24 Person of the Week.
Andrew Gale loves the mountains. Now, you can't find mountains in Ohio, so Gale used to travel the state to find adventure. Last September, he was visiting a state park in southern Ohio with a group of friends when he dove into a 3-foot shallow lake. Immediately, Gale lost feeling from the chest down.
I was face down in the water, and I opened my eyes, and it was just like, what do I do?
Gale had broken his neck. He was life-flighted to a Columbus hospital where he remained in the critical care unit for nearly 2 weeks. He tried to stay positive for himself and his friends and family.
I still have my brain. Even if I didn't have my chest down, any mobility, I was still me.
He was completely paralyzed from the chest down for 6 weeks.
I just started thinking about how I was always the kid to just spring up out of bed, slap off the alarm clock, and hop out of bed. And when I did that, my leg twitched.
That twitch motivated Gale. Gale moved back home to Oregon, Ohio, and attended outpatient therapy. He progressed from a wheelchair to a walker to 4-arm crutches to 2 canes, but it hasn't been easy.
But you can take these falls, and you can be slightly embarrassed for a few minutes, or you could spend your life in a chair.
Today, instead of using 2 canes, he uses hiking poles to trek across campus. He says he actually missed BGSU in his year off and is happy to get back into a routine.
Putting up statuses and stuff last year about, finals, this and that. Gosh, if I could just graduate, or this is going to be so hard. And I was sitting there and I'm like, I want to take some finals.
It does take the spinal cord about 2 to 3 years to recover, but Gale wants to eventually get rid of his hiking poles altogether and walk on his own.
Without a doubt, my game plan is next summer to get up another mountain.
Reporting for BG24 News, I'm Hannah Hilliard.
We're glad to see that Gale is doing A-OK. And that's all for BG24 News. For Gary Galbraith, Lacey Hagan, and Katie Werke, I'm Danielle Griffith.